How can I get rid of a 70 kg lead chicken? ChatGPT. What my girlfriend thinks she looks like when she's mad. What she actually looks like. My face when I see someone use terms like forever sleep, a great man, alive or unhoused. $59. Do you have any history of mental illness in your family? I have an uncle who thinks that we should be miserable at work and we shouldn't try to fix that. 8-year-old me frantically searching for the remote before I go completely deaf. Only users, leaks. Something is locking my card. Adobe. We no longer sell our programs, we rent them by subscription, and if you want to cancel it, we charge a hefty penalty. What can I do to make you happy? Let me stack donuts on it. Donut. Me chilling in my seat while the sheep'll stand up for 20 minutes to deplane. First victory of your intrusive thoughts. 2001 colorized. When you see a post hit 20k and it's not only girl. Me looking for teammates for a group project. My lazy friend. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, a cashier how she's feeling when wake up to the morning. Extend the camera base. A little more. Perfection. Release it as iPhone 17. Me being fake horn online. The girl at my front door who wants everything I talked about. How it feels when the teacher hands you their keys to unlock the door. I'm installing mods to fix the bugs. To fix the bugs right. If you ever feel like your life sucks, just remember there's an entire series named after this guy and most forget he exists. New phone features. Things already present in older devices that got removed and re-added. If I had nickel for every time a world war started with an attack on Poland, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Watching the worker try to wrap my burrito with every ingredient they have. You have changed. Yeah, I watched a new movie. I don't feel depressed anymore. I don't feel anything anymore. Me trying to find the work-life balance HR keeps talking about. Introducing iPhone APR. Japanese kids who watch the Porygon episode of Pokemon for the first time be like. Gen Z should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their Gen Z. My mind when I decide to go to bed. Hello philosophy lady, am I here? Yes, how do you know? The horse after being a car before cars for hundreds of years just for dogs to be labeled as man's best friend. Well, that's some horseshit. My boss, stop making weird jokes at meetings. Me, you know what happens to people who keep it all inside. They get old and they get sad and they get weird. I like onions. They make people cry. I'm sticking with beer tonight, nothing crazy. 4 hours later, juice that makes you explode. When I'm at a party and find the cat. Just spent my money on something I needed. Calling store. Hi, I'm the AI assistant. Connect real person. Friend, how smart you are. Me, I changed my password to incorrect, so now every time I forget it, it says your password is incorrect. Me 95% of the time. Me 1 to 2 days before any big event or gathering. Me realizing that I have started thinking in English and the voices in my head talk to me in English instead of my native language. When you ask your parents a question and it turns into a lecture. I wish I actually wore the fashion taste I have. I wish I could afford the fashion taste I have. I wish I had the body for the fashion taste I have. All of the above. 1,300 euros. 1,300 euros. 2 years later. When she says I wish I could find a guy like you, but you're a guy like you. A girl at Starbucks complimented my lip gloss. I didn't have the heart to tell her it was grease from the rotisserie chicken I just ate in the parking lot. Me trying to sleep, my horny girlfriend at 3 AM. Moms, here say hi to a relative that you have only met once in your life. A hole. You can't sleep, me either. Okay, let's can't sleep together. Bumped into a mannequin and said sorry, and then said oh I thought you were a person. Then I realized I was still talking to a mannequin. I'm this level of awkward. Truer words have never been spoken. Believe in myself, the same person who got me into this mess. The entire family trying to keep the toddler from putting whatever they picked up off of the floor in their mouth. Me resisting the urge to say SpongeBob quotes at unfitting times. Me pretending it's my first time hearing the tea because I can't expose my source. Yes, I cleaned my room. That one chair. When she says go deeper but you have run out of poems. Someone is mean to me. Me in my 30s. My therapist will hear about this. Millennial dads have pathetic DIY skills compared to baby boomers. Maybe, but at least I have the emotional capacity to tell my daughter I love her. How are you going to remember which order to put in your eye drops? Me, start in the pink and in the stink. $50 whatever you want baby, can you say you're proud of me? Please stop asking me about my dream job, I would never dream of working. These are rather good, they are very good actually. Please don't tell anyone how I live. This pose is getting out of hand now. Meep. A public bathroom stall with a broken lock. iPhone 16 owners buying an iPhone 17. I like a song. If I use it as alarm in the morning it will be easier to wake up. I hate the song now. I hate the song now. Nobody. Bartenders for no reason. What gives people feelings of power, money, status? Not watching shorts or reels. Dave was starting to think his mum wasn't coming back. Bohemian Rhapsody, 0 to 3 minutes 5 seconds. 3 minutes 6 seconds to 4 minutes 9 seconds. 4 minutes 9 seconds to 4 minutes 57 seconds. 4 minutes 58 seconds to 6 minutes. The never-ending story. Me, watches a foreign film. Bro, where are the subtitles? Me, the eyes Chico, they never lie. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I would. Y'all aren't real haters. My son just told me he's gay. I burst into tears, but not for the reason you think. You see, I understand that statistically men earn about 20% more than women. Marrying a man instead of a woman is simply a wise long-term financial decision. So proud of my son. She's such a beautiful creature. That's a pen. Make an easy opening that is actually easy to open. Make an easy opening that is almost impossible to open so that you look stupid when trying to open. Haiti people are buying the new iPhone. I don't care. I don't care either. When your situation's so effed you can't find it on Quora or Reddit. How I look at my boyfriend after he said something that made him sound fruitier than normal. iPhone 17. Hippos can run faster than humans on land and swim faster than humans in water, which means the bicycle is your only chance of beating a hippo in a triathlon. When your country's future is being decided on Discord. The urge to nap between 3 PM to 5 PM is no joke. My underwear watching me planning to buy the new iPhone 17. I wish I was born a cute Japanese girl instead of a random pill dealer from Brazil. When people ask if money doesn't make you happy, then why do you need it? Food makes me happy, food costs money. Me realizing the way I grew up actually did affect me. When you leave the supermarket and try to understand how you managed to spend $200 when you only came for some milk. Nothing to do at work, expectation, reality. Sister-in-law had her driving test today. There are 3 possible spots they used to test reversing round a corner and one of them she just couldn't master. So stepdad Ken went and parked his car there so the examiner had to pick one of the other 2. Anyway, she passed. What is your most on-brand story from your childhood? Apparently in kindergarten I brought in a book for show and tell and read it to the whole class. Teacher excitedly asked my mom, did you know she could read? My mom replied she can't. She just memorized it. She knows when to turn the page. I'll learn from the mistakes of people who take my advice. Phone addiction got so bad that watching a movie feels productive. Checking my email after applying to tens of jobs. Gmail. Stop checking. Nobody loves you. Buying expensive plants for home decor. Cat chewing them like it's a 5-star salad bar. Me every morning for at least 15 minutes. I can literally be looking at you like this and not be listening to anything you're saying. Microsoft Word when you move an image by 1 mm. 1 liter water normally. 1 liter water at 3 AM. Have you ever tried to rush out of bed to go pee and rush back so you don't lose any tired? My emotional response to leaving Walmart with no fresh cherries and simultaneously coming to the realization that I won't see fresh cherries again until next summer. I really got into fresh cherries this year, you guys. I just got this minecart. Before Tony Hawk games we had. Breaking news. Entire professional soccer team led after team bus goes over slight speed bump. People no longer believe working hard will lead to a better life, survey reveals. Getting myself a treat because today would have been my birthday if I was born today. Me trying to work out if someone is rage baiting or just effing stupid. My phone when I'm lying in bed bored as F. No older notifications. My phone when I'm awfully busy with something. Hey, hi, how's your day been? Sorry for annoying you. I won't ever text you again. I hope everything goes well for you. You look nervous. No way, really. Gen Z is amazing. I asked her, paid, in turn to bring me 50 blank pieces of copier paper, and when she brought them and they were warm, turns out that rather than count them she set the copier to 50 and printed blank sheets. Genius. Adulthood is so cool. Dead responsibilities working every day for the rest of your life. My red flag is that I don't date. I just want to magically end up in a long-term and emotionally secure relationship with someone. When your parents are technically strict but also not that strict but still strict but not that strict. Me, works for 5 hours straight then picks up my phone for 2 seconds. My boss. My dream scenario is everyone are like sitting around a big table enjoying a bowl of soup I made. They all say wow this was so good and they all ask for seconds. Texted a pic of wife's phone to her so she knew she left it behind. My boyfriend just casually dropped the fact that for most of his adult life he has been able to force himself to wake up from a nightmare by just envisioning the StarCraft menu screen mid-dream and picturing himself hitting the quit button on it. Update and shut down. Update and restart.
Spare change. Spare change, ma'am.